Hello and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. My name is Adam. I am a community manager. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen this week, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
And we are back, finally, with the 2020-2021 Florida Panthers. Yes, I screwed that date up on social media, but that's okay because we're here and it's super important and we've been away for a few weeks. And things have been going all right, for us at least. Maybe not so good for the Avalanche, Jeff.
Yeah, they've gotten interesting. If you look at your emails, they had a bit of a problem.
Yes, so talk about putting your foot in.
They're currently third from the bottom in the Central Division, and on top of all of that, apparently their arena flooded.
Yes, with all the fun stuff. So, we have Teuvo Teravainen showed up early, hoping to get in a light workout. After his workout, shrouded in a towel and a pair of rubber sandals, he entered the darkened showers. Nothing seemed wrong, he said the team's right wing with a grimace. I had no idea what was waiting for me. Teravainen's moral has declined, and his loyalty has decreased. I don't blame him for that. And Gudu Creato's in the chat. So hi Gudu, thanks for coming out. So what's happened since the last time? Well, if we take a look at our I want to look at our history. You can see we ended the game. No, that's not right. Not history. I want schedule. Let's try schedule.
There we go.
We ended the game at the beginning of November, and we've been very up and down. So we won, then we'd lose a few in a row, then we started winning, then we lost, then a few more wins, followed by a few more losses, followed by a few more wins and a shootout loss. So we put together a very streaky, rather the streak has continued.
One big win in there. You had beat San Jose 7-0 beginning of last week, looks like.
Yes, we did, but we lost 3-0 the day before, so just taking a quick look at our stats, of course, we can see Austin Matthews has been leading us. He's got 48 points through 37 games. Barkov's got over a point per game at 39 points through 37 games, so that's really helping push us forward. I'm trying to remember, we moved and made a couple trades. And we moved away an assistant captain. I don't remember if that was last time or not, or if it was 2 times ago. But we traded away. Who did we trade away?
Just loading up the transaction screen here, so you don't have to do it because it takes a little while.
I got it.
We traded Bjugstad and Borgstrom to Columbus for their first round pick next year.
Yes, but we also traded away Trocheck for Taylor Radish. That was the big one.
Yeah.
And so Radish is playing with us. He's got 7 points through 37 games and limited ice time. So that's okay. But
unfortunately, if you
big contract off
look at what Trocheck's doing now, it's not that good for us.
I don't want to know. I'm not looking. We're happy.
He's playing on campus first line and has 34 points in his first 34 games. Well, so I think we may have lost that trade just a little.
Well, you know what? Our team is way better than it has been. You know, we have some defensemen coming along finally. Still some stopgap guys in terms of like Will Butcher, who maybe isn't quite getting it along. Jake Bean finally moved up to 2-star ability, so he's found a spot. Sebastian Aho's hanging around as our 7th defenseman, which is a pretty nice little 7th defenseman to have. Overall,
just noticed one thing: we're apparently leading the league in overtime and shootout losses, despite being in first in division. We are.
Oh, sweet! I'm very impressed with this.
So somehow we're managing to lose. If we were actually winning those games in overtime, we'd probably be in first overall.
I told you, our biggest thing still is our defense hasn't been great. We're still a little bit streaky on that, which has been impacting.
Well, they're still young too, really.
And we are very young. We have dumped a lot of salaries, so we're down to $65 million. So we're in a good spot if we decide at some point we want to make a move. Us picking up that first rounder too gave us a first round pick because we had traded this one away to Toronto for Austin Matthews along with several others. We've actually kind of restacked up for the draft class. This draft class looks better than the previous ones. So we got a first, a couple seconds, 3/3, a fourth, a couple fifths, a couple sixths, and a couple sevenths. So we do have some room to make a move at some point if we want. We also have our top guy, Alex Turcotte, is lighting up in Saginaw right now too. He's got 60 points through 33 games. And our second prospect, a guy who we traded for, Case McCarthy, he has 24 points in 26 games on defense, so that's also nice to see. How did we get Case McCarthy? We traded for him. Right, we traded away Dennis Mulligan and a late pick. Overall, that was a pretty good deal for us as well.
Yeah, I'm just having a look through the guys who are going to be free UFAs at the end of next year, or at the end of this season, seeing if there's a loaner we could pick up on D, and it's looking kind of thin, actually. Shattenkirk is going to be UFA, so is Dougie Hamilton. Problem is both of those their teams are contending right now. So I don't think we're going to be able to fix that defensive problem that way.
Which reminds me, I need to look at how much, or what are we going to offer some guys. So Nick Suzuki's up. He wants a 3-year deal. I'm going to offer him 2.5 million per year. He wants 3.2.
That's reasonable. He's been productive this year.
But yeah, ask for response. He doesn't want to come down off of that. He'll come up a bit. And ask for response. And he's still sticking there. Oh man, he just will not come. Alright, fine. Okay, we offered him that. Again, other guys like John Carlson is a 3-star defenseman. He's on the last year of our deal. I'm not sure if we're going to re-sign him right now. It feels like we might have to, but I'm scared to know what he wants. We also need to re-sign.
Yeah, it's probably
Gabe Vildari. Oh, Vildari.
Actually, he's not. Carlson's not being that unreasonable, and I'm looking at a different save, but he's asking for 4.9 over 3 years, so that's something we could afford.
That's what he wants, yeah, 4.9.
And it's not like there's a lot of replacements out there for him. It's barely a raise for him, too.
Okay, we will offer it to him. What does Taylor Radish want? Radish wants 3.9 million as well. He's not getting that.
Yeah, dream on.
Pierre Elliott.
He's still he's still on his entry-level contract, so as long as you qualify him, we can keep him.
Yeah. Joseph only wants $1 million, so I'll pay him that. No problem. What does Jake Bean want? Bean wants $9.55. Easy. We meet that.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
And that'll take some guys off the list and give us a better idea what our salary cap is going to be next year. We might be in some trouble. Oliver Borkstrand is also coming up, but I'm going to... Okay, he wants $1.9 million for 3 years. I'm not sold on that yet.
I might be. I think he's a really good as a space. He can play all 3-4 positions. He's been pretty dependable for us.
All right.
I think it might be worth the extra money. It's only an extra $1 million or so.
Okay, fine. I will offer it to him. So we'll go from there.
You can probably go a little lower on him.
What's that?
But he's a good spare part type of guy.
Comrie, who's also our next in line goaltender. Wonder what he wants. $8.55 for 2 years.
Good enough.
on a 2-year contract, though. 2-way contract.
He's kind of in danger of getting pushed behind the other guy, Montembeau, though.
Well, he is. Montembeau is kind of.
Having a really good season so far in Springfield. They've been, well, Comrie's still the starter, but Montembeau's been out playing him, and Montembeau is a year younger, slightly higher potential.
Yeah. Okay. So he wasn't very happy about getting paid less, but I offered him over $100,000 to play in the minors, and he's okay with that. Signing a 2-way contract.
You think you've got enough centers on Springfield? There's 10 of them.
A couple of them can convert, I think. Again, we were looking just for depth.
1 or 2, but yeah.
Like, I got. Okay, well,
I'll learn. If nothing
Cameron
else.
Kelly plays wing as well. Those guys need to learn how to play other positions, and they will.
The good thing is it's lots of playing time for Eggenberger on the wing then.
Yes, which is what we want, because he is a great goal scorer, or will be at some point, hopefully. All right, so we got a bunch of guys.
It's been a pretty good year so far.
Offered contracts. Game versus LA here. Just going to sim it through. Hellebuck's played. He's on fire. I'm just going to leave him in net, see if we can get him warmed up even more. Sim it out. And he wins again. 4-1 win for us. So awesome. He doesn't get any hotter, but...
Speaking of LA, big trade in real life yesterday.
Yes.
Gaborik for Phaneuf. What do you think of that?
I was not surprised they moved him, but at the same time, surprised LA still took him on. Is that a good way to say that?
Yeah, considering what LA's got on D, Doughty really doesn't need a bad influence to be erratic. And they've got young guys like Cale Clegg is going to be there next year, presumably. Is Dion Phaneuf the guy you want those guys learning from?
Yeah, that's the question, isn't it?
Yeah, it'll be fun to watch in the playoffs.
All right, so everybody who we offered a contract to has signed. So that's good for us. Other than the fact now we probably... So our cap space for next season, we're down to just $1.2 million in cap space. So we'll have to watch that. Or we might have to make some moves in the offseason.
Yeah.
Now,
Mike was asking about Carlson. Does Carlson really want to stay? Can't imagine at this point.
Well, I don't know. Part of the reason they moved him out moved Phaneuf out was to create room essentially to pay him. Ottawa just wanted to clear money. You're talking that saved them over $5.5 million. So yeah, I don't know.
So how much extra do you have to pay somebody to live in Ottawa over the winter?
Well, they said Ottawa's got one of the smallest scouting staffs. And again, we're going to be taking over Team Finland under 20 here very soon. It's almost time.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Under 20s
coming up on the juniors.
Yeah, Gouda Creative says Slovenia national team players getting a ratings boost in the next update, Jeff?
Yeah, how about that? Not sure what's going on with that American team. I guess we get the Canadian team opener at, I think it's 1 a.m. my time, 4 Eastern.
Okay.
Tonight against Switzerland, which should be a fairly tough game.
And we win again versus the Leafs in our next game. So, all right. Leafs take a 1-0 lead, but then Austin Matthew, Tippett, Eberle scores to make it 3-1. Tavares pots a power play goal. Yes, John Tavares is playing for the Leafs in this sim, which is, I think, part of the reason why we still got Matthews. And Ekblad scores to put the icing on the cake in the empty net, make it 4-2. And we're all happy with that. But the bad news is Rasmus Dahlin is hurt. That sucks. So he's going on the injured list.
Yeah, because we don't really have the depth. I guess Joseph comes back up.
Well, we'll just put Aho in for the moment.
Yeah. And was he sitting? Yeah, he was. Yeah,
he was. So let the lines redo. I'm just going to bounce these
He's actually played really well for us. 8 assists in 14 games.
Yeah.
He's been in the lineup.
Yeah, so we have, we can see our lineup maybe changed a little bit, but we got Goudreau, Matthews, Tippett on our first line, Marcheshin, Barkov, Huberdeau, line 2, Kurashev, Suzuki, and Eberle is line 3, and Borkstrand, Vildari, and Radish is line 4. I'm actually pretty happy with that, those being our top 4 lines. And then Sebastian Aho, Semi Vatanen is our 5-6 defenseman, which I'm actually, again, quite okay with. Lacos1234 in the next chat says, to what end, though, clear salary to pay $10 million a year and have nothing around him, then be a terrible year after year. I think at some point they're like Ottawa. It's hard to explain Ottawa's situation. I mean, Melnick's kind of a different guy himself. Let's be honest. But there's no arena in the league like Ottawa.
I mean, they're still a relatively young team too. I mean, Stone's only 25, isn't he?
Yeah. They have a young team. They have a tiny scouting staff, but they have made really great picks throughout. So there's guys coming. The GM Dorian's made good moves time and time again. There's, hope, and now they're talking about finally building a downtown arena. But I mean, I was in Ottawa back. We're talking almost 20 years ago now. Not very long after that arena opened, and literally, you're on the way from. We were driving from Toronto to Ottawa. And it's just like you're quite a ways from Ottawa, and all of a sudden, boom, you look to the right, and here's this giant freaking arena in the middle of nowhere. There's cement all over the place for parking lots, and then there's nothing. And there was nothing.
So how far out of town is it? I've been to Ottawa, but not since they've had the arena.
It was at that time. It was like 30 or 35 minutes, at least from the downtown, and probably it's a solid 20-minute drive from something in Ottawa. It's the area's since grown out a little bit, but not to the extent like where if you're working in downtown Ottawa, it's you really got to move to get there on time. Which definitely affects how many people go to games.
When I remember, Ottawa traffic isn't that great either, so...
Yeah.
Not like there's superhighways everywhere to cross all things. It sounds a lot like what happened with the Cleveland Barons, where they built they had the bright idea they wanted to get crowds from Columbus and Cleveland, so they built the arena in Richfield, sort of halfway in between the two of them. And nobody wanted to come from either direction. It was so far out.
Well, the problem is in this time of social conscious, I guess maybe is the best way to say it as well, where if you want to go out and have a meal or maybe a drink with friends or at the game, you can't. You have one and that's it. Like, you can't do any more than that because you can't risk.
You're driving 40 minutes on the way home.
Because you need to be able to get home safe. So I mean that definitely impacts how people go out as well. And when you have an arena that's
one of the nice things about Vancouver's arena. The train will drop you right across the street.
Yeah.
Or you got to walk down a little bit, but it's extremely close, stumbling distance.
Lacos in the chat says, I'm a Bruins fan though, so if Ottawa could sink into the earth, and I still wouldn't care, but still. Well, that's pretty much how I think everyone else feels about the Toronto Maple Leafs up here, so.
Well, it's also how most of Canada feels about Ottawa, not the team, just the city in general. Well, really, only Parliament Hill.
Yeah, I don't know if you've been paying attention as we've been talking, but we actually have won another game, and Hellebuck finally got a little bit hot. He's up to 2 flames now. So that's a big news for us. And we've hit Christmas, which means we should be taking over Team Finland here very shortly.
Yep, you should get the message soon.
It's December 27th. And haven't seen anything yet. So we got a game versus Calgary here. Again, just going to sim it out.
Just checking the start date. Starts on 26th, actually. You should have seen something.
And we win again, 5-1. All right.
It is the Finnish under 20 team you took over, right?
That's what it says. First game is tomorrow, December 28th.
Oh, there we go.
We can see
Okay,
here.
so we got to put together a team.
Yes. So we will advance till tomorrow. And so the cool thing about under 20s is we'll see guys who have been drafted, guys who might be able to be drafted, and we can see if there's any good prospects coming up. I don't think we have any Finnish guys. I'll just double check here. Oh, we do. Our goalie is Justus Anunen. Finnish prospect, but he's 20 years old now, so I don't think he can play in this tournament.
No, he'll be too old.
Yeah, be a year off, which is fine. Oh, right, we got a few. Philip Hoekstrom as well. Oh, and Ryan Suzuki's. I forgot about Ryan Suzuki. Maybe he'll come out to come play with us. All right, so to play as Team Finland, I want to go to International. I'm going to switch this to Finland. To the under 20 team, click on roster, but I want to look at my possible players. So, our top guy right now is Mikko Kokkonen. He's playing with, I'm not sure what team that is in the SML, JUK. Top defenseman.
Jukurit?
It is Jukurit? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to add him. Let's take a quick look, see. Alright, we'll also add Levi Altonen, who's currently playing with San Diego in the AHL, so add him. I'll go back to potential here, and we can add Harry Westerlund, Mikko Levio, Jukka Tominen, Arturi Ostring.
Did you add Mikko Kokkonen yet? He's
Yep.
Well, yeah, that's the guy we're going to be depending on here, it looks like.
So before we get any further, let's look at our goaltending situation. So I'll just look at everyone we got coming here. And
Looks like the best of them is Anderson, who's playing in the AHL.
Yep, playing for Chicago. 5 wins, 15 losses.
And after that, the best one might be a Jeskalainen, 17-year-old.
Yeah. Well, Roop Taponen would probably wouldn't be bad. Played 13 games in the Tsunami League. 4 wins, 5 losses. Oh, we need 3 goalies, right? So we'll take Roop as our 3rd goalie. Alright, so we got all our goalies. Look back at our active roster here for a minute. And so we have 3 defensemen selected, so we probably want to take 4 more.
Yeah, I'd say so.
And if we... Oops. Let's reset that. And we'll just look at defensemen. So we can see a name I'm not even going to try and say, Nilo Lotinojga, who's Finnish but apparently has a little bit of Algerian in him as well. And we're going to take 16-year-old Henry Lang. Get a look at him. Guy playing in the 2nd-tier Finnish league.
Looks like he's in the 2nd Finnish division.
Yeah.
So pretty impressive for a 16-year-old to be doing that.
We're also going to take Iveri Rasanen. He can play right-handed, left-handed defenseman. I like it. Okay, I think that...
Yeah, it looks like he's still playing in the junior league in Finland, but he's got some pretty impressive numbers this year.
Okay, we need one more. Okay, so last possible defenseman. I don't want to take the 14-year-old. I think we'll take Cal Lopin, who's been playing some in the CHL or AHL and ECHL. Interesting.
Yeah, if he's a draft, he must have been drafted if he's doing that. So presumably he's half decent.
So we'll grab him then. And now we're looking the rest. We're just going to take the best forwards we possibly can. So we got another guy playing in the AHL, Petri Petalumoma, playing with San Jose.
You may want to try sorting by ability first, in case there's a couple of guys who don't have that high potential, but are.
Well, the only guy I already saw, he's playing in the OHL, is VT Mietnin. He's got 40 points with Mississauga.
Yep. Yeah, big season for Mississauga there. That's.
Yeah.
And looks like he's a Detroit pick.
There's actually another guy here, 19-year-old Mikko Petman, is playing with Joker in the KHL, so has 2 points in 13 games. And he's got a teammate who's also playing as well, possibly. Another guy here is Kimmo Lempinen, playing with Syracuse in the AHL. Grab him. Do we take the 14-year-old?
No, probably not a good idea. He's got high potential, but he's not going to be. He's terrible defensively, and he's going to be overmatched.
All right. We will grab Sami Havarninen, though. And I'm just imagining the YouTube comments shortly of when I put this video up on YouTube, people going, "That's not how you say that name." Victoria Anderson.
So you should have brushed up on your Finnish pronunciation before you did the show.
Yeah, well, it was going to take a lot more than me brushing up on the Finnish pronunciation to nail all this. We'll grab Otto Halm as well. I'm surprised how many of these guys are actually in the AHL this year.
Yeah, it's something I want to work on next year for FHM5. There's a lot of the guys, these players, when they sign NHL contracts, the younger European guys are wind up getting loaned back to their European teams. So that's something that I wish we could do in game. We can't do it right now. There's a couple issues with the way farm teams work, but I'm going to try and figure out a way around that.
All right. And our team has been drafted. Huzzah! Huzzah! So we are going to put our strategy. We're just going to let the A create the lines. And it wants to put Roop in net.
You may want to pick your tactics first and then do the line creation. And
you're saying early modern counterattack isn't the best way? Oh. All right, let's go. Apparently, we're good with everything. High suitability for everything. So let's go with Jeff's favorite system, Fire Wagon Hockey.
Oh, that's odd. It shouldn't be showing suitability 5 stars for everything. I think that might be a bug with the international teams. I'll have to get that checked.
All right, and we'll play. We'll play the 1-3-1 forecheck as well on defense. Wait, why am I missing somebody? Uh-oh. Did I miss... or what happened here? Okay, something weird. Okay, that's interesting.
Are they using 4 defense affairs?
Yes, they are.
So you need another defenseman? You don't have enough?
No, I already picked all my guys, though. So it's playing one of the guys back. This was something that happened This could be because, again, this is an older build of the game. We'll switch to the torpedo attack and play the 1-2-2-4 check.
You're probably going to have to assign that spot manually.
No, this worked. To fill it in. Still not high. I'm only seeing lots of ones, so I'm wondering if I'm still not picking the most effective tactic. Or would it be ones because I'm so low? I have no familiarity.
Yeah, these are. It's also that these are very young players too. And I think it's just showing it on.
Yeah, okay, we're gonna play the torpedo attack and the 2-3 system. Alright, so let's go into our game here. So we're playing against Czech Republic under 20 team. Eric Juskelin is in net, sim it out, and we lose. We give up 52 shots on net and only get 13. Ouch. Lose 4-2. Our poor goalie. That's getting hung out to dry. Alright, so we're got a game versus Houston in the NHL because we're flying back and forth. Because that's what we do. So we'll play this game versus Houston. Again, we're leaving Hellebuck in net, simming out, and we win again. Roberto Luongo, in his old age, has continued to hold on as Houston's goalie. And in the Houston Thunderdome, we win 4-2. Despite being down 1-0.
Yeah, well, it's actually still
after the
holding
first.
On 3.5 stars. That's kind of impressive.
Yeah. We end up winning the game 4-2 after tying it up in the second period fairly late. Big win for us. With another game tomorrow. Now, as I'm watching all this happening, I can't help but wonder about our poor Finnish team. Game versus Pittsburgh here. We've actually slipped into first place. I didn't even notice. Through 42 games played, we are at 59 points, overtaking the Rangers, who are only at 56. 3-point lead. Buffalo could easily surpass us, though, as they're at 53 through 39 games. Alright. Again, Hellebuck.
Yeah, I can't get complacent, but I think we're definitely going to be fine.
So, just because we said that, and Jeff said that, we lose 7-3. Pittsburgh lights us up. Not much to say here. We were down 3-0 before 10 minutes into the game. Gaudreau scores to make it 3-1. And then Keaton Ellerby is back in the NHL playing with Pittsburgh. And Pittsburgh goes up 5-1 before we get on the board again to make it 5-2. They make it 7-2 at the end of the second period. We get one goal early in the third period, but that's all she wrote. That's pretty rough. So we got a game versus Slovenia today as our Finnish National Team. I'm just going to take a look here for a second.
I'd say that should be an easy win, but that's what the Americans thought.
Let's take a look at our roster here. So our top goalie is Kubi Andersson. Still not putting him in, so I'm going to put him in. Play this game out.
Oh, it's Slovakia, not Slovenia?
Oh, it is. My bad. See, it was on my brain. Unfortunately, we still lose. We only give up 36 shots this time, but we lose 5-1. Rough go.
So, yeah, I'm thinking we're not going to get invited back here.
Probably not a good chance of that. Nope. Not the way how this is going. And Tyler Bertuzzi is on waivers. Interesting. And player poll results. Do you think we have anyone in the player poll results, Jeff?
Well, we're playing pretty good this year, so maybe we'll finally have a few.
Goody Creative in the chat says, well, Slovakia beat the Russians too.
Yeah, true enough.
All right, so best skater is Connor McDavid, unsurprising. Erik Karlsson, who's with San Jose, has the hardest shot. Nick Backstrom is the smartest. Mark Borwitzky is the toughest. The best skater, I said, and fastest is Connor McDavid. Best role model is Henrik Zetterberg, who's actually playing with the LA Kings at age 40.
Traded for Gaborik.
Gaborik. Gaborik. Cleanest is Mans Kempe, which is an awesome name. And toughest goalie to beat is Braden Holtby, who's playing for Colorado. That's where he signed as a free agent. And coach you'd most like to play for is Mike Babcock, which doesn't seem quite right. Geez, Colorado must be up a little bit tough if they got a 19-year-old half-star talent, one-star potential defenseman playing.
Yeah, it looks like it was another one. Yeah, one of those draftees that they should really be moving back to the foreign team, but they're keeping him up.
Goody Creative asks, are there world rankings for under 20 teams in the game?
No, just the senior team.
Yeah, it's kind of
I don't
hard.
think the IHF does under 20 rankings.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to rank young guys, anyways.
It would be it wouldn't really make a lot of sense to do it either, because you'd be ratings are, I think it's on a 4 or 5 year rolling basis. So you'd be rating these teams based on how they did with players who've been too old for them for 2 or 3 years.
All right, so Louis Dominique and Sidney Crosby are named top players of the month. As Tyler Bertuzzi has joined Anaheim. All right. Seen a trade, a couple of younger guys get moved, and Colorado picks up a defenseman.
Having a pretty rough season. I think they're second to last overall. Only Ottawa's worse than them.
Ooh. And we can see everybody's going up except for the one guy on our team who we still have the rights to, who we don't care about because he's over in Europe somewhere. And just taking a look to see if anybody jumped really quick. Nobody's sticking out like a sore thumb. Joseph's up to 2 stars. I don't think he was up to 2 stars before, was he? If he was,
no, I think he was. It's recently, but
yeah. All right. Good. Lots of guys looking good. Like seeing that. Seeing those improvements. So we got a game versus Toronto here again. Toronto's actually really been struggling. They're 18-18-4 on the year. So they're sitting in 11th place in the division. Again, just going to let Hellebuck run with it. He's been doing okay. And he loses Gives up 3 goals. We lose 3-1. That's pretty rough. Jake Bean is the only guy who scores. That's not good. But we immediately fly over to the World Juniors, and our Finnish under-20 team is going to play against the Switzerland team. And Roop is in net. Send the game out, and he wins. Roop wins the game for us. Only giving up 2 goals.
Well, at least we're not getting relegated.
Absolutely. So, we score 5. All right, that's a big win for us. And VT Mietinen scores his first goal of the game. And actually, he puts up 4 points in the game. 2 goals, 2 assists. Well done. 2 power play markers. That's how you make sure you win. Excellent. So, we get closer here, and oh goody, we get to play the United States. This will go over really well, I'm sure. Okay, NHL entry draft. Vincent Cormier still says Abraham O'Lonergan is the number 1 prospect.
Yeah, I love that name.
Absolutely. We can see Moses Poplar is number 2, though. And Gustav Oman is right behind him. So a couple of defensive prospects in the top 3. Keith Park. There's some good names in the top one. Michael Azevedo. Brandon Warner. Matt McWhinney. McWhinney? Okay, I kind of want to draft him just for that name. Jerry Lundberg. Dave Schroeder. Steve Owens. Okay, sweet names. We'll have to keep an eye on this. See if any guys improve kind of as it goes. Seems to be, again, better, a little bit better draft class all along. There's a left winger, Jake Girardi. He's ranked 25th, but he's 4-star potential. Put up 33 points in 23 games in the queue. Almost doubling his output from last year already, so that's good to see. Board confidence update. Vinny Viola is very happy and thinks we're outstanding. We're 8-4-2 in the last little bit, so that's always good to hear. Keep your owner happy and we don't get fired. That being said, you know what I haven't done in a long time, Jeff, is we haven't talked about my Seattle game. And in fact, I haven't played it. But you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to play my Seattle game on Monday. I'm going to stream it Monday, unless something drastically different comes up, but that's the plan right now. And so Monday during the day sometime, time to be announced, I will put on and we'll look at how Seattle's doing.
How far along is that game?
I think we're in 2023. It's been quite a while since I've looked at it. But it should be fun to go back to. Because we did have a lot of good players coming. And game versus... Oh, no. Okay. We'll roll with this. Sim it out, and we actually lose in overtime, 2-1 to the Americans. Most importantly, playing for the Americans is our draft pick, Alex Turcotte, who was the number 1 star with assisting on both goals.
Well, that's good, sort of.
And Case McCarthy's playing too. He had the second assist. So we get some positives from that. And again, it was an overtime loss. So I should actually look at the standings. But the good news is that means we should not be, absolutely 110% should not be relegated.
Be nice to make the playoff round at least.
Yeah.
Not sure if we did.
Standings. Nope. Or it's all blank right now, so I think that means. Now I have to change it to. What do I have to change it to get that? There's a way to do it. I'm just trying to remember. Okay, what is going on?
Yeah, actually showing the standings. That's kind of odd.
Okay, lots of guys on waivers today for some reason. Interesting.
You may want to have a look through those.
Yeah, nobody of great interest to us. Okay, so World Junior. Oh, well, not good. Oh, we got a game tomorrow versus Denmark, anyways. You know what? Is it because I'm on the wrong one? Oops, that's not the right one. Oh,
Looks
yeah.
like the right one should be the World Juniors.
Okay, I went to Division 1A. World Juniors is looking at the list here.
World Junior Championship.
That's not helping me find it, Jeff. World
Just says World Junior Championship.
There we go. All right. So we finished actually in last place. Oh no. We did get relegated.
No, we should be in the relegation round, should we?
Well, we're playing Denmark.
Yeah.
To not get relegated. Wow.
Yeah, so we didn't make the...
No, we absolutely did not.
Looks like Slovakia, Switzerland, and Slovakia both still. So we're playing Denmark to keep from going down.
Oof. Yeah, we're definitely not going to get invited back at this rate.
Yeah, so sorry, Finland. We just World Junior program there.
Yeah, we did as good as we could.
We'd won that pick, been second place.
Well, we had 2 bad games and 2 good games. Let's be honest. I mean,
And Denmark is in tournament, so I think we'll be.
if we don't get Denmark, then we resign the position anyways, because that's kind of embarrassing. Yeah, we'll leave Rupe in net. Oh no, someone's injured. Who got injured? Oops. I want to go to Finland, under 20. And oh no, we had 2 guys get injured. Ooh. Uh-oh. Well, I think I might call it a game here, Jeff. It seems we've run into a little bit of a technical snag. So,
What's happening?
thank you very much for tuning into another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. We stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. Oh, there it went. Ooh, that took its sweet time. All right. I had clicked AI Setup Organization and it started to not respond. And then it finally just went. And the good news is we did beat Denmark in overtime. 3-2
Got it
win.
close, but get sent down.
Yes. Yeah, so there was a long pause there, and I wasn't sure it was going to but yeah, we typically stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. All of our streams are archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments. Game versus Calgary here. We are going to put in Thatcher Demko because he's been riding the pine for quite a while. And see what he can do. And he picks up the win. 4-1 win for us. All right. Gaudreau, Huberdeau, Bean score. Awesome. If you want to know when we stream, make sure to follow us on Twitter. We're at Franchise Hockey. On our Twitter page, you can also find a link to our Discord, which will let you talk to other people playing Franchise Hockey Manager, and as well get alerts when we do go live. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. And Cam Fowler got hurt for 8 months. Ruptured disc in his back. That hurts.
Mm-hmm. This season for him.
And Anaheim gives up on the year basically with that. They trade Josh Manson away. Oh, no, wait, sorry. Okay, so Josh Manson gets flipped. I'm not sure the NHL would be very happy with this, but okay, we got to read these in order. So Mark Mathot gets flipped from Houston to Anaheim, along with the rights to Albertskin for Josh Manson. Houston and Anaheim then immediately agreed to another deal, sending Josh Manson immediately back to Anaheim for a third-round pick.
Oh, that's odd.
Why they decided to not just trade for the third-round pick in the first place, I'm unsure, but, you know, they just maybe Josh Manson made somebody mad, and so they decided to deal him away and then had a change of heart. And we got a game versus Tampa Bay here. Send the game out. And, oh no, Connor Hellebuck lost more heat. He had a terrible game. He was pulled, I'm assuming, as he only gave up 2 goals on 9 shots. Gave up 2 goals very quickly, that's why. But no, he actually only took 9 shots on net. And we lost 3-1. Because he gave up 2 goals in the first 3 minutes and 44 seconds. Wow. And let's see. Rasmus Dahlin is getting ready to return. That's good. And Ryan Ellis gets hurt currently with Winnipeg. Out 7 months.
Question from Budu in the chat. Any trade deadline plans?
In real life or for Florida? That's a better question.
I think he was talking about Florida.
Right now, I'm still thinking we kind of need a goalie. Nobody big is on the waiver wire, but I feel like we kind of need to go out and find the best goalie and try and make a trade. Thatcher Demko picks up another win for us. What's your thoughts on that, Jeff?
I know you got a 3.5-star goalie already. It's going to be expensive to get somebody else, and sort of redundant.
Well, we got lots of picks if we send him away as well. Try and get Carey Price, who's actually pretty old at this point, I would imagine. So if I wanted to look at all the goalies in the league, can I? Is there a good way to do that?
Sorry, you cut out there? What did you say?
If I wanted to look at all the goalies in the league, is there a good way to do that?
Probably the filter option on the main search page. Just have it, cut it down to goalies and specify the NHL.
Yeah, I didn't think that was going to work. I'm going to go to the United States. Click on the National Hockey League. Carey Price is still up for another 6 years. You know who might be an interesting guy to try and get out would be John Gibson. Playing on a bad Anaheim
You could try. He's
team.
having a bad year in Anaheim at last. Or second to last at Ottawa.
What's his cap hit? Just $3 million. That's manageable for us. What do you think? Would that be someone we should try and go after?
No, I don't think it's going to make a huge difference. Hellebuck isn't anywhere near as much of a difference as a good defenseman would.
Very true. We are still kind of short one really good defenseman. So let's filter and look at really good defensemen.
And if Fowler hadn't gotten hurt, he probably would have been a pretty good candidate.
Yeah. That's Seth Jones. Could we apply Seth Jones out of there? 5.4 million. So who would we be sending back though? That's the question. I mean, we got Aaron Ekblad, but and Dahlin. I mean, we should have some two pretty solid defensemen. Okay, let's just talk about Seth Jones. They have a weakness at left wing. Well, I'm thinking more. Number one, we're shipping them probably like. Who was the defenseman we just signed? Not Carlson.
Bean?
Okay, what about... Okay. Yeah, Bean. So Sammy Vatanen would be kind of a guy who would have to move back if we brought in someone like Seth Jones, just to balance out contract. If we just said right now Sammy Vatanen and you know we got a couple third rounders third rounder, and what about a second rounder? Maybe I'm wrong, but they don't accept that offer. Still, we're looking for a left winger. Do the right step, anyone of interest. Yeah, he's of interest. Okay, so this is a well-balanced offer according to this. We offer Sami Vatanen, the rights to Carl Waznizius, Edmonton's third rounder, and Winnipeg's second rounder for Seth Jones. I will offer that right now. Excuse me. And alright, I'm just going to play this game versus Carolina here. We'll leave Hellebuck in net. And he loses, but he gets a little bit hotter, so that's good. Back up to 2 Flames. Score a couple goals in the third period to try and get close, but can't pull back into it. And we are at past our hour, so we'll just play one more game here, and then we will call it for the evening. Since I've done most of the wrap-up already, I'm not going to spend time doing that again. But we do get a win over Ottawa, 3-1. Sergei Bobrovsky is in net for Ottawa. Tippett, Ekblad, and Marcheshin score. Nothing wrong with that at all. Good Creative in the chat says, what? You don't want to squeeze a pick off them too? Not if we got Seth Jones. Kudu, not if we got Seth Jones. Trade request answered. Okay, they say no way. Are you surprised?
Yeah, not surprised. We're probably going to have to put more in for that.
Alright, maybe we'll readdress that next time. Then. But
yep.
Thank you very much for coming out. Again, I'll likely be streaming again on Monday. It's been a while since I've done one, so it seems like as good a time as any to do another one. Jeff, did I miss anything earlier? We said Facebook, Twitter.
No, I think we got everything covered. Still working on the last update for FHM5. It's
FHM5.
Still be a few more weeks away, but continuing to work on it.
The last update for FHM5.
FHM4, rather, before we move to development on FHM5.
All right. So thank you very much for tuning in.